Hey guys, welcome to the lab. Really exciting episode of Behind the Brims for you guys today. This is really cool in the sense that I get to show off the 9 hats that are coming out with Bromwich Sports Colorado this coming Friday. It's an in-store only drop. This is something that we've been working on for a while now. Really excited to kind of get the inspirations out for you guys and kind of go over the hats. It's a really cool partnership that we've kind of developed with the Bromwich Sports Colorado guys. So shout out to Luke and the team over there for having me aboard. Basically, how it came about was the Views from the Vault guys ended up hosting Who is the Hat God season 3 with Bromwich Colorado. That partnership worked out pretty well for everyone involved, and then they reached out to me to potentially do some type of collaboration with the Views guys and the store. So Pierre and Jason ended up opening Topper Store USA. So they're not really doing that many in-store collabs anymore. So after that happened, I still reached out to Luke and Willis to see if they would still be willing to work with me. And they were. So that's pretty cool. Ended up putting together a lot of hats to kind of fill their stores up. So they have this sort of rule when they collaborate with people that you have to make a Colorado hat. So when it came time to present them ideas, Luke had told me, kind of what was going to happen. We're going to give you this many hats and just let you know one of them has to be a Colorado hat. And that's when I knew he didn't open up the presentation that I sent him, because I told him, that's cool because I have 30 hats that are ready and they're all Colorado. So each one of these kind of tells a story. And each one of these I kind of put together with the thinking that these would be good hats for any Colorado Rockies fan to want to collect. So did a lot of research to figure out some cool stories and relearned about a lot of different players in their history. And hopefully this tells a good story for my pack. So let's take a look at what we have here. So first things first, the Rocktober. This was a really interesting one. So originally I developed it as kind of like a jersey script style hat with the 07 World Series patch. That was a World Series that they had to scrape and claw and fight their way to get through. I think they were down like 14 points or 14 games after the All-Star break. So if you watch baseball, the All-Star break is kind of like the unofficial halfway point of the season. I say unofficially because there's more than half the season's already played by the time they play the All-Star game. So for them to make the playoffs in this year, they had to go on such a crazy run. I don't think they lost in the last like 15 games. So that picture of Matt Holliday sliding into home, I think was in game 163. They had to win like a do or die game, if I'm not mistaken. That picture of the small picture of the guy's hands in the air, that's Todd Helton. They just went on a magical run. So people who look at this and are Boston Red Sox fans are like, we get it. 07, kicked their ass in the World Series, but the Rockies haven't been back since. And this Rocktober word mark, it means a lot to some of the people there, because it was like a we believe moment, and they were one of the hottest teams going into the World Series. They ended up losing, like I said, to Boston in 07, but still that Rocktober shirt, I had it there in the mock-up, and shout out to Kat. Kat ended up getting that word mark found in the system and put in properly. And we ended up using it on the hat. So yeah, like I said, originally it was supposed to be a potentially like a jersey script type hat, and then we ended up switching to the Rocktober, which was what I wanted. Ideally, there was no images digitally I could find of the Rocktober word mark. So this is the hat. Ended up coming out really, really good. Just regular team Rockies colors with the Rocktober and the CR. Shout out to Calby. He's been doing the photography for me for all of the Pro Sports Colorado hats. He did a great job kind of capturing the hat in better ways than I could ever do. So shout out to Calby. If you haven't checked out our episode of Leon in the Lab, it just aired on Tuesday the 18th. And we kind of talked about that. But yeah, just a great little hat. I know the Lost Latvian keeps saying this is a weak hat, but I don't care. This is a cool hat to me. Rocktober, first it's ever been done on a 5950. 07 for that magical run. Fortunately, it didn't end in them winning, but not everyone wins the World Series. Coors Field. This one was a hook, kind of like a play on the City Connect. Well, I mean, it is a play on the City Connect hat. Up until this year, I think most of the City Connect hats were black unders. So unfortunately, for most collectors, it wasn't a cool hat in that sense. So I really wanted to kind of capture the look and feel of Coors Field. We used the Coors Field patch on this hat. This is the original kind of mock-up I took into the meeting. Basically, I wanted to kind of emulate the look of the hat. I believe we used stone in the front panels in the end to kind of get that Coors Field kind of look. And we ended up using a rust color under to kind of represent the bricks. The bottom picture there, well, I think that's a Sports World 165 hat. At the time when we submitted these hats, there was not many, if at all, any Colorado Rockies City Connect custom hats. So this is the first of a couple. This one turned out really, really well. Let's take a look. Yeah, so we used stone instead. It was a quick audible. Instead of like a front white panel, we have the Coors Field patch, kind of with a stone outline instead of white. It's kind of like a rustic look. It's got the rust color, fight orange. Yeah, it's just a smooth hat to me. You don't see a lot of City Connect hats with like regular side patches. I'm pretty surprised that this got approved, but I'm pretty happy with the result. So yeah, just a nice little City Connect hat you can wear. That's not a black under. All in all, very, very solid hat to me. We kept the front logo exactly the same. In terms of the color blocking, we didn't really change anything there. This is the platinum and gold. So Nolan Arenado, for those who don't know, is one of the greatest defensive players of all time. So he has a 10-year career, 10 gold gloves, and 2 platinum gloves. So gold glove is rewarded to each player. Is rewarded to a player at each position, kind of rewarded by Rawlings. It's presented by Rawlings. It's a gold glove. So basically, every player that's the best player at their position. So, first base, second base, third, outfield, and pitcher gets one. Shortstop as well, catcher. And so there's the reward is given to the American League players and the National League players. So Nolan Arenado has 10 years in the league. He's won a gold glove every year he's been in the league. And then the platinum comes in as the best overall defender. So out of those 10 years, he has 2 platinum gloves. So that means he was voted or awarded the best defender that year. So this is kind of a way to pay homage to Nolan. Unfortunately, he's no longer with the Rockies. He's with the Cardinals. Well, fortunately or unfortunately, depending on who you cheer for. But Nolan no longer plays for the Rockies, but he's still, to me, one of the greatest Rockies of all time. So black hat to represent kind of like the on-field, and then the metallic silver and metallic gold to represent the gold glove and the platinum glove. So this is the platinum and gold, and it came out like this. So I know some people don't like the metallic silver visors or under visors, but either way, I think it fits the theme. Metallic and gold, metallic gold and silver all throughout the hat. Flat batterman, green bottom. But yeah, this is the platinum and gold for Nolan Arenado. All right, the big cat, Andres Galarraga. He was one of the greatest players in Rockies history to don the uniform. We used the Jackie Robinson patch here because in 1997, Major League Baseball was kind of celebrating the 50th anniversary of Jackie Robinson breaking the color barrier. So no matter which team you played for, you wore that jersey patch. And I kind of wanted to just use that patch and put it on like a Colorado hat, nice and simple, and see how it would come out. But yeah, we ended up kind of flipping it from this one, and we ended up doing the All-Star game. So they wore the patches during this same year. So the All-Star game was in Cleveland this year, and that patch is no longer available. So we ended up doing kind of like a flip. So we just took the Colorado Rockies CR, nice and plain, we blocked it like it was a Cleveland Indians hat, and we left the Jackie Robinson patch as is. So nice little clean hat tying back to the 1997 All-Star game, which was also the year that Major League Baseball celebrated Jackie Robinson breaking the color barrier. So all in all, the big cat, Andres Galarraga, fun little hat for collectors of Colorado to use and put in their collection. So I think this hat came out pretty cool. Yeah. So ideally, we would have made the Colorado flat, but it ended up coming up raised. It still looks like a good hat to me. Navy and blue, white sweatband, gray under, flat batterman, 1950, Jackie Robinson. I mean, sorry, the 50th anniversary of Jackie Robinson breaking the color barrier. So, yeah, smooth hat. Larry Walker. Larry Walker, one of the greatest Canadian baseball players of all time. I believe he's from Maple Ridge, BC. Was a staple in the Montreal Expos lineup. He was for a long time. Ended up eventually getting traded to the Rockies, unfortunately. I think it happened after the MLB draft. I mean, MLB lockout in 95. So this is just a simple Expos hat done in Colorado Rockies colors. So I tried to pick one, a patch that he would have used or he would have been there for, and a nice script that was current for his jersey at the time. So, yeah, this is the Larry legend, Larry Walker. Threw the Canada flag on the back just to kind of shout out his heritage. He spent time as a coach for Team Canada in the WBC. He also played for Team Canada for the World Baseball Classic. So, yeah, just a nice little simple hat. Rockies purple, silver, done in Expos colors. So this is my little shout out to Larry Walker, the Larry legend. Carlos Gonzalez, Cargo. This is a no-brainer for me. Carlos Gonzalez is alongside with Troy Tulowitzki. They were studs in the lineup for a long, long time. He is of Venezuelan descent. So we ended up doing two options here to kind of pay homage to Cargo, the country of Venezuela, because they produce amazing ball players, and also the Colorado state flag. So the Rockies have a spring training logo, like you see at the bottom there, that to me screams Colorado. So we ended up taking elements of that, mixing it with the Venezuelan flag. This was the first option. It was going to be a jersey script, but we ended up using the bottom logo in the hat. Ended up using the Colorado script at the back of the hat instead of the front. So ended up being a more balanced hat to me, I think, in the end. So let's take a look. Yeah. So this is the Cargo. Shout out to all the Venezuelans out there, all the Venezuelan baseball fans. It's a huge sport in Venezuela. I thought the purple outline around the logo was a cool little touch. Small Venezuelan flag on the side with the Colorado script at the back. This is the cargo, so it could run as a thing to be proud for the Colorado state flag. It could be a thing for Venezuelans out there and Rockies fans of Carlos Gonzalez. So the cargo. All right, next one. We got to be a little bit careful with hooks nowadays. So if you look at the hook here, the fella in the jersey has a USA flag. We ended up putting a USA flag at the back. He was a freshman that helped his team win the national basketball, the NCAA tournament in 2003, wearing these colors and being from this city. I used the Yankee logo with the outline to kind of tie into the colors, and then the patch 03, significant to the year that they won the national championship. So here's the hat, the Stay Mellow. Yeah, all in all, solid. One of my favorite Yankee hats that I now own. I know the excuse me. I know the outline isn't preferred by some Yankee fans, but this wasn't made for Yankee fans specifically. Yeah, so it's just a nice little hook here to tie into his alma mater. So I hope you guys enjoy this one. The Shugo. All right, so this is the Marcus Stroman hat. Marcus Stroman was one of those players I heavily admired as a Blue Jay fan. Kind of coming up through the ranks. He was drafted first overall. I think he was like the 20th pick. And I know at the time when they drafted him, there was a lot of talk over his height and how his frame or his body wouldn't be able to hold up to Major League Baseball's kind of standards, or he wasn't going to be good. Blue Jays took took him very early. First round pick is still very, very early in baseball terms. But yeah, he was just somebody that just really loved playing for Toronto. He really put on for the city when we were bad, and when we were good, he came back early. I remember one year he tore his ACL in pitcher's fielding practice in spring training, and he vowed to be back in time for the playoffs, and he actually was back. So he was one of those fighters. I know towards the end it got a little bit tumultuous when the Blue Jays went to kind of rebuild. There was rumors and talk that he wasn't that good in the locker room, but either way, he still goes down as one of my favorite pitchers of all time. And I do hope that the Jays trade for him this trade deadline. Chicago's not going anywhere. And I'd love to have him back in the Blue Jay uniform. But that being said, he was the MVP for Team USA in the World Baseball Classic. I believe he ended up starting and winning the last game to capture the World Baseball Classic for the U.S. So this is a very simple Blue Jay hat in USA colors. The flag on the USA hat we put onto the Blue Jay hat. The gold and silver throughout the logos on the front. Strong Bird, kind of just to shout out to Marcus for winning the gold medal, or winning the gold in the World Baseball Classic. Ended up coming out like this, slightly different with the mock-up to the final product in terms of the front color blocking, but I'm still just as happy with it, if not more happy with it. So we got the USA flag running almost military style on the hat, because that's how it came on the USA uniforms. And yeah, just a nice simple blue and red. Looking at it here, we may have not nailed the blue. It might be a little bit brighter than the USA blue, but either way, still a solid hat to me. Shout out to Marcus Stroman, one of my favorite pitchers ever to ever pitch for the Blue Jays. And this was a little bit different. I seen some comments saying, USA flag on a Blue Jay hat. very brave or whatever, but I just think it really tells the story of what Marcus did for Team USA. This is the hat that unfortunately I don't have live pictures of. So this one is going to be the John Elway. It shouts out his Hall of Fame career and his jacket. He ended up winning 2 Super Bowls, and we used both Super Bowls on the hat. So the Super Bowl patches come as they are. So basically, it's a double up Super Bowl. Both Super Bowls that he participated in. Yeah, it's just a cool little hat for John Elway. And for the front logo, we use the side stallion. It's something that we don't really see that often on hats. You usually see the other Bronco, the flaming Bronco. But yeah, just a fun little hat we put together. And yeah, this is the mock-ups for it. We will release the pictures as soon as we get a chance to, but because this hat arrived late, we ended up throwing it in the pack, but we didn't have time to take the pictures. So where can you buy these? These are all going to be available this Friday in the Pro Image Colorado locations. So I've listed them all here for you. So Town Center at Aurora, Mesa Mall, FlatIron Crossing, Colorado Mills, Greeley, Chapel Hills Mall, Pueblo Mall, Southwest Plaza, and Frontier Mall in Wyoming. These will all be available to purchase. So Luke has confirmed each location will get the hats. Some will have more than others. And yeah, they will be available to purchase this Friday for you guys. So let me know in the comments which of these hats were your favorite. Hopefully you guys like them. If not, no big deal. We got more coming. We got a lot more coming. So that being said, make sure you guys follow the channel, subscribe to it. I am on a quest to get to 1,000 subs. It's kind of a little bit of a hill to climb with it being a new channel, but it's a challenge that I'm looking forward to conquering with your guys' help. Also comment, let us know which of these hats are your favorite, what you would have done differently, which ones you're looking to target. But until next time, it's Leon signing out. Stay fitted. Peace.
Brought to you by VFTV.